When asked for proof of heliocentrism, people will often appeal to the retrograde motion of the planets, particularly the retrograde motion of Mars. They are amazed to discover that retrograde motion is not a proof. They find out that along with claims of stellar parallax, stellar aberration, satellite videos, and the Foucault pendulum, all of their proof for heliocentrism have been falsified. Retrograde motion occurs when something moving in one direction turns around and goes in the opposite direction, or something that goes in a direction that is opposite of the systems that it is in. This is important because retrograde motion occurs for all the planets when they are viewed from Earth. But the planets are not really deciding to go in reverse. It just looks that way. Mars, for example, has one of the most prominent retrograde motions. As it happens, Mars will be moving along east to west, slowly but surely in the night sky, and then just a night later, Mars will appear to change direction and go backward, west to east, for a month or so, and then it will turn around and go back the way it came, east to west. It also changes its latitude a little during the retrograde, so that the final path looks somewhat like an S or a snake. The whole retrograde takes place over 70 to 75 days, and it happens once every 26 months when Earth and Mars are lined up correctly. This retrograde motion of Mars has been used as proof for heliocentrism for a long time. In heliocentrism, Mars and Earth are revolving around the Sun, but in different orbits and at different speeds. As Earth outpaces Mars, the viewing angle of Mars from Earth is changing, which makes it appear that Mars is moving backward and then forward over a certain stretch of space. But as is usually the case, when heliocentrists claim to have proof, they never show the geocentric version of the same phenomenon. In the Tychonic model of geocentrism, we will see the same retrograde motion of Mars, because all the distances and speeds between the Sun and planets are the same as in the heliocentric system. The only difference is the center around which the system revolves. In the geocentric system, the Earth is the center instead of the Sun. So once again, we see that the modern science community has not and is not being fair with the public or the scientific data. They simply refuse to educate the public to the viability of the geocentric system. We can only retort that although scientists often complain about the church being dogmatic in its beliefs, in most cases, it is the scientists who are much more dogmatic than the clergymen.